Welcome to Yoga Framework. My name is Jeffrey, and in this video, we're going to explain PAILS and RAILS for hip extension. For hip extension, we're going to want to take a half kneeling position. Now I have it set up here where I can put my knee on the Bosu ball, but you can use any kind of pad or lifted block in general. We're going to start by taking a lunge in a half kneeling position. I'm just going to align everything in a way that I feel is right for me. And why I like the Bosu ball is because it gives me a little give. I don't have to drill my knee into the floor. At the same time, right, I can lift or take it down without really aggravating the patella. So right now I'm just working hip extension and range. I'm just trying to find it. A lot of people online, you might see them using sticks, bow staffs, weapons to support themselves. We're going to use yoga blocks. But like I said, if you want to use some weapons, be my guest. I'm not against using weapons. I do believe in ahimsa though. But you know, we're not talking about fighting here. Well, we're fighting stretches, so I guess it applies. All right, you're almost there. I'm just talking you through it. You're about 1 minute into the stretch. Remember, a stretch takes 2 minutes, just about. I'm not saying it's technical, it has to be 2 minutes, but it's around that. Your body's running on dynamic systems theory. You want it to know that you want it to relax, and that might take a minute or two. And if you feel yourself finding more room, that's fine. You should feel the stretch here. This is hip extension right here. Your hip on the back side is extending, just this one side. That's the main stretch in a lunge anyway. As far as I'm concerned, that's where you should be really focusing the tension in every lunge. Unless you're in transition, moving somewhere else. I mean, everything is relative. All right, the PAILS contraction is we're going to start to work the long tissue. So we're going to try to pull the knee into the Bosu ball, the floor, the block, whatever you're using to find the support. I could lift my knee like this, my foot by flexing my knee, but I could also keep it on the floor. That is okay. And push into the ground. Try not to reduce the position. I'm just working hip extension, PAILS contraction. All right, my foot is lifted. You probably don't want it on the floor, so give it a little lift if you need to. Push. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. What's the RAILS contraction? Try to open the hip more. And don't lean, right? You should be able to support this like always. You're opening the hip. I'm trying to stretch. Think of it like you're pointing your toe and you're reaching to touch something behind you with the leg, and in that action you're opening the hip. Once you're at the end range, I'm start freaking out. Relax. Whew. You might be cramping like me. Try to relax. That's the yoga in my experience, right? Connecting with that tissue, that feeling right there, that's your nervous system. It's talking. Let's begin the PAILS contraction at this new range. Push into the floor, drive it down. Try not to reduce the position. I know I did a little bit. It's tough. That's part of it, right? The Bosu ball is also providing variability within this, which is even better. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and then reach, right? Reach behind you. Extend that hip. Try to open it up. 5 seconds. 4. Keep going. Pushing. 3. I know it's not a true 5 seconds. That's okay. 2. And then relax here, right? You can stay in this. Hopefully you're feeling this in your back hip a lot, right? That's where you should be feeling the tension, not your front hip. One more, PAILS contraction, push. Knee down into the floor, create the tension. Try not to reduce the position. About 5 seconds from here for 4. Keep going. 3, 2, RAILS contraction, open the hip, right? Don't lean. Remember, you could do this without your hands if you really had to. This is just so you don't fall. Open the leg, point the toe, open that hip. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and then maybe relax again. Try to calm the nervous system, the tissue. Whew. Sorry for the sound effect. Okay, let's slowly come out of this. Oh. And then we're going to change sides. Like, I'm doing it with you. I'm not, this isn't an ego video. I want you to know what it's like. Feel it. Let's switch sides. Okay, let's find the rails contraction. I'm sorry, what am I saying? Let's find the passive stretch. So let's find the lunge. I go to the edge. Technically, it's a rails contraction. I was right, but the idea, right? Passive stretch first. Find the end range. And you're strong enough, you know, where you're not really leaning in it. I can go fingertips, even no hands if I go active, but it's passive, so I do want to lean lightly. I just don't want to force. I don't want to create extra tension. If you feel you're creating more tension than you should, back off. If you're unsure, back off. You're almost at the minute mark. And maybe you feel something happening in the back hip. Maybe it's releasing a little bit. You're getting a little more room. That's okay. You could take that. And we're almost at the 2 minutes. You got like, I don't know, a little over 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Don't force this. If anything, back off a little bit. But remember, it's hip extension. Your back hip is extending. Shouldn't really be feeling a stretch in the front leg. It should be all that back hip. All right, so we're at about 2 minutes. You're going to start with the PAILS contraction. Maybe just lift the foot, push the knee into the floor. All right, don't reduce the position. Stay in hip extension. Find the contraction at the end range. 5 seconds. Keep pushing. 4, 3, 2. Rails contraction. Open the hip, like point the toe and try to open that back hip. All right, and you can lean into the block for support, but try not to make it like it's doing the work. 5 seconds. Keep opening. Point the toe. Lengthen that back hip. And then take a little breather for a moment. Maybe you're at a new range. You're not going to reduce this range. You're going to prepare without reducing range. PAILS contraction, drive into the floor or the Bosu or whatever you're using to create that hip extension. 5 seconds from here. Try not to reduce the position for 4. Keep pushing for 3, 2, 1. Rails contraction, open, push, not push, sorry, wrong word. Open, right? Extend the back hip, point the toe. 5 seconds from here. 4, 3, 2, and then try to relax in this position. You're at the end range still. We're going to do one more if you got it in you. When you're ready, PAILS contraction, push. Knee into the floor, drive. 5 seconds here. Keep driving for 4, 3, 2. And when you're ready, rails contraction, push. I keep saying that. Point the toe. Point the toe and lengthen the tissue. Don't push, right? You should be able to lift fingertips, something. And relax here. Stay in it. Time under tension. Just a little bit more. Don't overdo it, but just hang out. You can reduce a little if you need to, if you feel it's too much. And then very slowly, we're going to come out of this. Okay. I would work to incorporate these at least 2 to 3 times a week within your regular hip mobility or workout routines. My name is Jeffrey, this is Yoga Framework, and every week I teach you how to create a better yoga and mobility practice. Thanks for watching.